Hey guys, let's talk about the International Booker Prize. They just dropped their long list like a few days ago, and I want to talk about it. I feel like they have such a good selection, as if my TBR isn't already stacked. But these are the five that are my personal favorite. The first one is Taiwan Travelogue. This is a queer love story of two women. One is a Japanese author, and the other is a Taiwanese translator. And so Chizuko, the Japanese author, wants to experience Taiwan through life in the island and their cuisine. And then Chizuru, the Taiwanese translator, was like, "Girl, bet I'm gonna make the most beautiful trip for you." And then they start to travel together and fell in love and hopefully have a happy ending because we need more queer happy endings here. So it says, over scenic train rides and braised pork rice, lively banter, and winter melon tea, Chizuko grows infatuated with her companion and intent on drawing her closer. But something causes Chizuru to keep her distance. It's only after a heartbreaking separation that Chizuko begins to grasp what that something is. Taiwan Travelogue unearths lost colonial histories and deftly reveals how power dynamic inflects our most intimate relationships. The next one is probably the one you've seen everywhere. Everyone's been talking about this. It's The Wax Child by Olga Raven. The story is set in the 1620s. It follows our main character Christens as she molded this wax baby that resembles a human child. It says she tucked it beneath her arm, shaping it with the warmth of her flesh, giving it life. Anyways, this wax baby turned out to be sentient. It starts to observe Christensen's relationship, nature, and obviously men and their evil violences and laws. It reminds me so much of Maggie Sue's Blob. I didn't remember liking that book though, so I really hope this one's better. Next is She Who Remains. This follows our main character who lives in a small village in the Albanian mountains. This village still follows very ancient sets of rules and tradition, so she escapes her arranged marriage by being a sworn virgin and living her life as a man. This obviously causes a lot of controversy for her family. The story is her retelling the series of events to a journalist a few years later, right after she changed her name and everything, and she started to realize things that she never realized back then. The next two are Latin American translated fiction, which is something I've been meaning to get into this year. The first one we have are Green and Trembling. It follows Antonio, who escaped from the Basque convent as a young girl but continues to live as a man. The story starts when Antonio started hiding in the jungle while also taking care of two other girls that he saved from enslavement. I heard that the rainforest sort of is its own character, which I love when authors do that. It says the author blends baroque, surreal, and picaresque elements with poetic prose, which I have no idea what that means or look like, but I am very excited. Last one's probably the one I'm most excited to read. The title is On Earth as It Is Beneath. This is about a prison in the wilderness with zero chances of escaping. Their goal is to rehabilitate their inmates. However, it's not working. So every full moon night, they release all their inmates, but it becomes this big hunting ground for the guards with rifles. So they either escape successfully or die trying. It says, Ana Paula Maya delivers a brazen vision of our potential for violence and our collective failure to account for the consequences of our social and political action or inaction. No crime is committed out of view for this novelist, and her raw, brutal power enlists us all as witnesses. Wow, that's crazy. Let me know which one you guys are planning to read or if you've read any of these. That's all for today, and I'll see you in the next one.